Excellencies, esteemed colleagues, and dear friends. On behalf of the Royal Academy of Science International Trust and the Women in Science International League, I would like to express my profound thanks and sincere appreciation for the strong commitment of His Excellency, Mr. Emomali Rahmon, the President of the Republic of Tajikistan, to the water issue and its nexus. I also would like to thank Mr. President Rahmon for addressing the 7th International Day of Women and Girls in Science Assembly held on 11 February 22 at the United Nations headquarters. Indeed, the message that was delivered by His Excellency Mr. Rostami Umamali, head of the upper chamber of the Parliament of Tajikistan, and the support was most gratefully received by all Razet's associates, participants, and women and girls in science worldwide, and has inspired the women and girls in science to achieve yet higher dreams and ambitions, and further help strengthening women and girls in science in their essential role as agents for change to achieve the SDGs, particularly SDG 6. Ladies and gentlemen, Razet has been founded in 1968 by the late His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin King Faisal I of Iraq El-Hashemite, who wrote on 17th April 1968 in the preamble of Razet's constitution, and I quote, "All human rights issues have sustainable development dimensions. To achieve sustainable development, we need to promote excellence in education and science and its influential role in socio-economic policy and development. The scientific and technological revolution is transforming the way we live, think, and make decisions. In order to maintain advancement in sustainable social and economic development, it is essential to focus on the role and impact of scientific research institutes, both on the national and global scale. Certainly, how we conduct, connect, and deal with science's contents, various fields, issues, and organizations, and the way we foster the talents working within this multifaceted sphere that influence socially sustainable development programs. If our goal is to reform and develop society sustainably, we must first and foremost empower scientific competencies in parallel. Excellencies, dear colleagues, since 1968, Razet has been working towards sustainable development through the work of experts and policymakers, whether through its Sustainable Development Studies Center, founded in 1982, or through programs that are all designed to serve the people with a clear focus on social aspects and cultural dimensions. Razet's work and success speaks for itself, as we work to treat the cause of the disease, not the symptoms or conditions. That is, we identify the problem, work with scientists and experts on identifying the solutions, and then work with the people in need to implement the solutions with a clear respect and consideration to their cultural beliefs. Ladies and gentlemen, the subtitle of the 2030 Agenda is Transforming Our World. Indeed, fundamental transformations in the way the world lives, works, and does business are needed to achieve human rights and dignity. We need to transform for the people and for the planet, to transform how we understand and how we strive for prosperity, and to travel a road to transformation based on peace, stability, equity, inclusion, and partnerships. We need to unlock the full transformative contribution which scientists and experts, including women and youth, can make to our world. The challenges facing the world's countries, its prosperity, economy, creativity, equity, and opportunity will be met only if we deploy the women and men in science knowledge, skills, and methods of inquiry ever more intensively. Dear water and gender experts, do not get nervous from the scientists. We, the scientists, are here to help achieving your goals of the Water Action Decade. Well, Ladies and gentlemen, for more than 54 years in Razet, we have been working earnestly and diligently to accomplish equality in science, as well as to strengthen the role that women can play in socio-economic sustainable development. Our journey in sustainable development continues through the well-accomplished collaboration and partnership with the United Nations and its agencies and departments, as well as with member states and regional organizations. We have been successful in mobilizing concerted action, including for water for sustainable development solutions through the Jansu Global, Jansu site, and most recently, the 7th International Day of Women and Girls in Science Assembly Outcome Document, which was endorsed by 53 member states, European Union, and the African Union. Unfortunately, however, in less than 2 weeks after the great success of the 7th February 11, the sound of weapons and bombs echoed loud enough for us to wake up to the impending issues threatening the people of the world, right from climate change to water scarcity and their imminent unavoidable consequences, hunger, poverty, pandemics, illiteracy, among others. Our theme of the 7th International Day of Women and Girls in Science, as well as today's forum, Water Unites Us, is more relevant than ever. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have our own stories with water, personal and professional. My parents taught me to respect water, which, like women, is the source of life. Do not waste water, do not pollute it, and do not disturb its journey through nature, they always said. My mother, Her Royal Highness Sharifa Fatima El-Hashemite, taught me the history of water and civilization, telling me that the journey of a humanity started with water. And my father, the late His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin King Faisal I of Iraq El-Hashemite, taught me that science, like water, represents equality. If we all look within ourselves, we can find our very own personal connection and story with water. This connection will teach us how to value the source of life, water. These principles have guided me throughout my career in science and medicine and my contributions to the equitable and sustainable development cause. They also shaped my leadership in Razet, which resulted in the Jansu Global proposition presented at the 7th International Day of Women and Girls in Science Assembly. The concluding motto of the 7th February 11 Assembly was, "The best is yet to come," and we are convinced that with the support of Mr. President Rahman of the Republic of Tajikistan for the Women in Science for Water and Society, we shall see that as a reality year after year. Ladies and gentlemen, water and peace, every human's right, are the biggest challenge facing a humanity. My mother taught me with water the journey of a humanity started. And our joint water journey for human well-being and dignity, environmental integrity, and peace will start from today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Academy of Science International Trust renews its commitment to the Water Action Decade, and we ensure you that we will continue working with the United Nations and its member states, as well as with regional organizations to achieve SDG 6 and its nexus by 2030 and beyond. Excellencies, esteemed colleagues and friends, I would like to thank you all for the efforts you kindly put to make this event successful. I also would like to thank on your behalf the government of Tajikistan, especially Mr. President Rahman, for his continuous support for gender equality. Furthermore, I would like to thank in your behalf the UN Women, European Union, UNESCO, the OSCE, and all partners. My sincere thanks and appreciation to my dearest colleague, friend and sister, the co-founder of Jansu Global and Jansu Site, Dr. Alice Bowman-Dentiner. I further thank Corinne, Kumar, Barbara, and Josefina, the Jansu Site initiators that are present today. I also thank UN Women for being our partner once again in the journey to make this important forum a success. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to thank Ms. Nazukat from UN Women Tajikistan for her hard work, who lost her father just a few weeks before this forum and still committed to the Women Water Forum. Dear Nazukat, I know how difficult it is. I lost my father in 2018, and few days after his funeral, I had to continue working to serve humanity. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, are we done? Not yet. The best is yet to come. I thank you.